Next is the last part of this lab. In this we will be implementing an 8-point FFT and then verifying its functionality on the JTAG terminal and also comparing its output to the MATLAB outputs as well. So for that I'll just close the previous files and then create a new project. The steps here remain same as when we were creating a new floating point project. So leave all this default settings same. Click on next and then hello world application. Click on finish. So yeah, by then we can see the 8-point FFT implementation. So your 8-point FFT means you will be receiving sorry so your 8-point FFT means that you receive 8 inputs and your FFT will have 8 outputs. So the first step in FFT implementation is the bit reversal. So in bit reversal, your input array, which is X in this case, your input array is rearranged in a particular format. So this can be illustrated as follows. Let's say you have your X input for ith location, which if represented in binary form can be written as 0, 1, 1. Then this data will after bit reversal will go to the location 1, 1, 0, which is the reverse of your input bits. So this mapping is done in the bit reversal so as to rearrange your input values for the FFT. After that, your FFT goes through certain number of stages. For an n-point FFT, you will have log base to n number of stages. So in case of 8-point FFT, you will have 3 different stages. And then in every stage, you will see this type of crisscross multiplication, this type of crisscross implementations, which is termed as a butterfly operation. So every crisscross is a single butterfly operation. In this FFT implementation, these 4 Wn constants are termed as weights or coefficients of FFT, and every dot or every circle represents the addition of the 2 inputs at every node, and -1 or Wn at every edge represents the multiplication of that particular constant to its input. So we can understand this in a better way by taking an example of one butterfly operation. So here it will take x0 and x4 as 2 inputs and it will have 2 outputs, the modified x0 and the modified x4. So the output here will be x0 plus x4 multiplied by wn0. Similarly, the output here will be x0 passed as it is plus x4 multiplied by wn0 and -1. So this operation is iterated 4 times for the first stage and then in a crisscross manner for the second stage and similarly for the third stage as well. So this entire FFT operation can be implemented in terms of 3 different stages, stage 1, 2 and 3, and each stage can be implemented in the form of 4 loops. So now moving on to the SDK part. Okay. So I'll just use this code as FFT here. So in this, first of all, the operation that we need to do is the bit reversal operation. So for bit reversal, we have our input as the FFT input data, and the output of this function would be the rearranged FFT symbols. So the manner in which this rearrangement will happen, we have already stored the indices of the output array in which the FFT input will be swapped. So this the output of this bit reversal function will go to the FFT stages function in which the final FFT output would be computed for all the 3 different stages. So in this we have defined 2 temporary arrays, temp1 and temp2, which are the outputs of the 2 respective stages here. So for the first stage, These two lines signify a single butterfly operation. So in using these, we are updating the two consecutive values altogether, and then we are iterating over these four butterfly operations to finally get the output after this first stage. For the second stage, we are using the two nested loops. The inner loop is used to perform one butterfly operation internally, that is for here it is used to update the value for x 0th location and the x2 location, and the outer for loop iterates over these chunks of this butterfly operation from this one to another one. So after this, my temp2 is the output array or output from the second stage of FFT. Finally, for the third stage of FFT, we are using another for loop in which so finally, in the third stage of FFT, we are using another for loop to implement four butterfly operations, as can be seen here, the top four and the bottom four. Okay, so this will be the entire implementation of the 8-point FFT. After that, we have the main function in which we have initialized the FFT input array with some float complex values, and then this is the output of the FFT operation, and then we call the bit reversal and FFT stages operation here, and then we will print the input data to FFT and the final FFT output. Okay. So again, to program this on the board, we need to first modify the system.mss settings for this application project as standard input and output for JTAG rather than UART. So after this, just right click the project and debug as debug configurations, then system debugger, and then click on debug. So once this debugger is launched, we can again see the main function set as breakpoint for the core 0 of the Zybo, and then the list of variables, which is the FFT input, output, and the output of the bit reversal function, the breakpoints as main and exit. And then now to run this code, just type JTAG terminal on the XSCT console. Then clicking on this resume button from SDK, we can see that our input FFT and output FFT values are printed here. So now we will verify these values with the MATLAB output for the same given input. So for this verification, we will write a simple small FFT code in the MATLAB with inputs initialized with these same values. So yeah. Here we have initialized the real and imaginary part of the input, and then we are computing the FFT for this particular FFT data, which is represented by Z variable here. 8 specifies the endpoint FFT here, and then we are displaying the real and imaginary part of the output values. So here it is to be noted that the FFT code that we have implemented here, here it is of float complex data type, that is it has real and imaginary parts, and both these values can be of floating point. Okay, so if I run this code, we can see here that the output values are uh, exactly same as the MATLAB output for the 8-point FFT. So this is the end of today's lab. Thank you.